So this is a portable monitor that I've been using for about a week now. It's kind of neat in that it can send data, or receive data rather, over two different protocols. There's a standard HDMI, but what's more interesting is it can also connect over good old USB. And when you're doing it just over USB, it's actually really neat because you just need one cable to do everything. Both power and video is sent over USB. Now, this is actually not a trivial thing in the slightest, because your video card has to actually do extra work. It needs to compress the video into a digital form and then send it over the USB protocol. That means you really do need USB 3. I tried it with USB 2 and it does work. You could write emails just fine, but it's kind of laggy. But with USB 3, there's no lag, and I've got actually a great way to visualize that. If you put the movie that I'm watching here, which is actually just a demonstration video that the Blender folks put out in the public domain a while ago to demonstrate their 3D software, you can actually see that with the video split between the two screens, it keeps up just fine, with the motion just being just as nice on the left on my laptop as on the right on the portable monitor. So, although you never want to use this in the real world, because why in the world would you want to watch two videos split across a screen like this? It is a good way to show that the performance is just as good as on the desktop, even while it's going over USB 3. Now you'll notice that there's kind of this weird offset here. That's because this is 1920 by 1080p, nice high resolution screen, maybe even higher than I would prefer. And this is just, my cheap laptop, much lower resolution. So things are smaller on the portable monitor. This one that I chose after a little bit of research got kind of a weird name. I guess you're supposed to pronounce it Corprit. I don't know. So there you go. I'm actually pretty satisfied with this. Because it's portable, there are some aspects of it that are a little different than you might be used to. For one thing, it doesn't come with a standard stand. It actually comes in a folio, kind of like a tablet. That means that you have some adjustability of the angle, and not quite as much as you would have with a normal monitor. So you can get it up to about that close to vertical. Well, that's kind of tippy. And then you can come pretty far down. That's about 45-degree angle if you want. But, most importantly, you can basically match the sweet spot here that you would use when you were using it with your laptop. And this little folio is nice. It completely covers the screen, so you could throw this in a laptop bag or whatever. Now, this is all running over USB 3, as I said before, but it also supports traditional HDMI. So here we have the HDMI cable that came with it, and there's our traditional HDMI, and on this side you plug into your laptop. And on this side we've got a wee itty bitty HDMI cable. You've probably never even seen that sort of plug before. That's what goes into the portable monitor. Let's put this back on full screen over here. Now, the colors are nice and vibrant, and because it's an IPS display, the viewing angles are really good. So you can see that it basically just doesn't change color or brightness or anything, no matter what the angle. So that's real nice. My laptops have not had that feature until just recently, and it's a real breath of fresh air to have an IPS display. So the other question you might have is how it performs in terms of gaming, and there is a little bit of lag. I've measured it to be about 25 milliseconds behind the video on the laptop. So if something appears on the laptop monitor, it takes about 25 milliseconds longer for it to show up on the portable monitor. And that's not terrible. If you're an action gamer, you probably won't notice that, but you might. If you're an esports person, you'll probably be upset about that. But there is a solution. It's very simple, which is just use the HDMI cable. I took a bunch of stopwatch video tests, and I couldn't measure even a millisecond of lag between the monitor on the laptop and the portable monitor when it was plugged over HDMI. So if low lag is important to you, just use two cables. Now, when you're connected over HDMI, you do still need to provide power to it by some other mechanism like the USB cord. Now it can be plugged into the laptop like it is here, so two cable solution, or you could use this little power adapter that comes with it. So there you go. Sort of a media and gaming oriented review here, but it also works just fine for surfing the web or writing email or whatever.